Ah.
Destruction and trampled ground.
No. No, è morto l'amico di famiglia. Ecco. One denim short.
He was certainly under pressure.
Guarda, la gamba del
Fortunist
tasto.
you were not. Disjointed vertebrae. Difficult to say if it was a way to start or finish him off.
Ah.
A belt from a dressing gown. Curious.
Vabbè.
A kneecap reduced to splinters. A missing pinky. Middle-aged.
Io la taglierei.
C'è.
Other than Theodore
Uno
Gill.
Yakuza.
Oh,
Ex
sorry,
Yakuza.
Sherlock. Your death means another question.
And we shall answer the question. It's far too interesting to give it up to the police.
Qua è
È stato
dove?
trascinato. È stato trascinato fino in là.
A strong pull broke this leash.
Ah.
Ah, capì come si è rotta la...
Elefante adulto.
Eh.
Madonna.
Poke the elephant with this? Really? People are hopeless.
A pool of blood and saliva, possibly as a result of impact.
Sherlock, take a picture of the footprint. It's valuable evidence.
È solo questo. Tutta la scena del crimine, no?
This
Oh, yeah,
photograph
probably
can help us
getting-
find the old article about the elephants. The front page was fascinating. It was hard to believe as a child.
Ma no, guardate qua, questi cori di frame, non c'è niente qua.
This is quite comfy.
Allora pure Sinking City aveva un'ottimizzazione proprio di merda.
A coal gas tank, enough to pump up an airship. A sailor's knife, useful for cutting wet and thick ropes.
Mm.
It's seen a lot of use. The blade is worn from grinding. Fresh signs of impact. A rough landing led to an altercation with this shed.
Atterraggio ruvido.
Bene. Ma possibile sia, non penso che sia così. Invece è così.
Fit of rage, the elephant broke the chain and threw its victim on the ground with a fierce power. Escaping the scene, it pulled the body.
Quindi quell'altro chi è?
At
Non
least
c'è
some
nessuno.
of this was witnessed by a third
Ah, no,
party
dice
who
c'è.
was hurled.
È perché quello dicevo, cioè chi è quello che è stato
The
spinto col
elephant might have
cancello?
gone too far, I can still track it.
Well, suppose you find it.
Ah,
Then what?
volevo dire
Push it all
l'altro
the
ha
way back to the
scatenato
manor?
l'elefante, ha fatto arrabbiare l'elefante in qualche modo.
La signora che mi sembra più
Are
simpatica.
you able to help me?
I'll help you, sir.
Ecco qua.
You have my full attention.
La prima botta.
Ha attraversato il ponte greco. L'elefante ha attraversato il ponte. E poi è arrivato nella foresta. Hanno detto che è entrato nella foresta, giusto? Sì. Ma qua nel senso che qua è andato. Io muoio così. Io muoio così. Ui. Mi sta qua. Esatto. Quindi perché? Ah, visto.
Strange. It was hung with care.
No, questa era pure la vestaglia, la stessa vestaglia di...
The game has escaped us for now. We'll find a solution to the elephant problem later.
Ah,
Quindi qualcuno ha liberato l'elefante.
vita degli elefanti. Ho provato un mazzo di chiave da vestaglia di Theodore Gilden. Ok. Bello, interessante questo caso. Ok.
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or nosebagger spurns local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this
Cordona.
newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle, advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives. There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
Adesso dobbiamo capire a cosa serve la chiave per aprire la porta. Yes. E poi dico io il senso di mettere i quadri là sopra, ma chi sei guarda?
Tu! Ti stai guardando?
Io. Ma una cava per guardare là sopra.
Immagini uno che fa... E questi sono i miei quadri.
Questi sono i miei quadri, boom, torcicollo.
È un ottimo posto per assassinare una persona. La spingi a guardare su, fai succedere qualcosa. Oh là, noi va a morire. Ecco qua, è la fine. Arrivederci.
Una scimmia.
You.
Scusi,
Who
signora,
are
ho
you?
cambiato per una scimmia.
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
You can't let it go. What if it returns?
I highly doubt that, Miss.
Imogen Gilden. Please, I beg of you.
Ah, che belle riprese sulla stanza della
Suppose
signorina
you
che
do
abbiamo
know what
visto.
happened. Can you tell me what happened? From the very start.
I was here, so I didn't see how it began. My father visits the enclosure every morning to wake up Goliath. Today, I heard the elephant scream. I've never heard such a horrifying sound. My heart stopped. I knew something was wrong. I looked through my window and saw how it lifted my father up by his neck. I rushed downstairs. I saw it dragging my father as if he were a doll. I threw stones at it. It dropped my father's body and charged outside, screaming. Its roar was almost human. I was frightened, so I ran inside and hid here.
Well, it was the most probable outcome, living with a giant wild animal such as that.
How can you be so cold? Goliath murdered my father, Mr. Holmes. He mustn't be allowed to get away with it.
Well, thank you for the information, Miss Gilden. I did have some questions for your father. Perhaps you might help me with them?
I wasn't privy to much of my father's life, and it's very hard to think of anything at all with Goliath still loose. Please, Mr. Holmes.
Very well.
Please,
Do you mind if
Mr.
I ask you more
Holmes.
questions if I find anything that might help?
Anything to catch that monster.
Miss Gilden, I was on this island 10 years ago, and your father knew my mother. I believe I even had the opportunity to ride that balloon outside, but I do not recall seeing you.
I lived at my late mother's in Sheffield at the time. I'm in no spirit to reminisce right now. The elephant is out there.
You've never heard the name Violet Holmes before? Perhaps your father...
Please, Mr. Holmes. With that beast roaming free, I can't think of anything.
Very well.
Allora penso sulle fatte sue questo.
Mamma mia, veramente.
Nothing to say about
Non ha
this.
niente da
Had
commentare.
Goliath been aggressive before?
It's dangerous, but it was never aggressive near my father. My father would do anything for Goliath. All the elephant had to do was clap its ears.
You envied him, the elephant, I mean.
Our house is called the House of Ivory. I've heard some people refer to me as the Ivory Girl, and my room stinks of the animal, as if it's me who lives in a pen and not Goliath. It's not envy, Mr. Holmes. It's just incredibly difficult to live like this.
Guardate. Quindi Mogolia lo dobbiamo catturare per uccidere, giusto?
Did you observe anyone else in the yard? Any of your servants, perhaps?
Servants? Do you imagine that we would have any with Goliath? No one wishes to work in this house, even for double pay. I didn't see anyone else. Only my father and that diabolical beast.